In this lecture, we're going to add Bootstrap to our Vidly application. In case you're not familiar with Bootstrap, it's basically a very popular CSS framework that gives our applications a modern look and feel. It's responsive and mobile friendly right out of the box, so we don't have to do any extra work. So head over to getbootstrap.com, then go to the documentation page. Here you can find the instructions to add Bootstrap to an existing website. So basically we have to add a CSS file, and here's the URL of that CSS file in the cloud. You can also download it and add it as a static file in your project. We should also load a bunch of JavaScript files. Now, below that, you can see the starter template. So let's copy this template. Now, back in our project, in the templates folder of our movies app, inside the movies folder, let's add a new file. We're going to call that base.html. So this is the basic template for all the pages in our movies app. Let's paste the starter template that we just copied. Okay. Now here on the top, let's change the title to Vidly. And in the body section, let's remove this H1. Instead, we want to define a placeholder for our other templates. So when we render the list of movies, that template is going to return an HTML table. We want to render that HTML table right here. So we need a placeholder for our views to render their templates in. And that is pretty easy to define. Here we can type block. Again, this is one of the code snippets that is available when using Django HTML as the language to edit this file. So let's press enter. Now here we have multi-cursor editing. So whatever we type comes after block and end block. We're going to give this block a name. Let's call it content. Now press the escape button and remove the second content here. We don't really need to add that to end block tag. So this is our content area. Save the changes. Now let's go back to our index template. We can open the file here, or let me show you a shortcut. If you're on Mac, press Command and P. If you're on Windows, press Control and P. Here we can easily find the files in our project. So let's search for index.html. There you go. Now on the top, we need to use another template tag called extends. So with Django HTML selected as the language for this file, let's type extends, press enter. What is the template that we're extending? That is base.html. Now, where should we put this table? We should put it in the content block that we just defined. So one more time, we use the block template tag. As you can see, again, we have multiple cursors activated. So press the escape button a couple times. Now you have only a single cursor. So let's type content. That's the name of our block. Now we need to move our table in between the block tags. So I'm going to select this line and press Alt and down arrow to move it down like this. There you go. Now let's also indent this table tag. That is better. Save the changes. Back in the browser. Let's refresh this page. We got a template load error because Django cannot find our base.html template. Once again, look, here are the paths it's searching for. So it's looking for admin/templates/base.html. Similarly, we have another path for our auth app and one for the movies app. Now look at the path that is used for the movies app. That is movies/templates/base.html. But as I told you, as a best practice, we should namespace our templates. So in this case, this base.html doesn't really exist in this folder. It's under the movies folder inside the templates folder. So to fix this problem, we need to go back on the top and use our namespace. That is movies/. Save the changes. Back here, refresh. The problem is gone and our page looks a little bit better.